Oh yes. Who the fuck is xpandchill? The chill panda. Good for him. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Yee. Fucked up my foot, man. Did it this summer. I was sitting with it pressed up against, a lot of the times pressed up against wood in this sitting setup that I had. It was comfortable in all other aspects, but the ball of my foot was pushed against the wood at times. Now when I step directly onto the ball of my foot, I get like a tingling, like a fucking pins and needles. Been doing that for months. That's why I've become a firm believer in just laying down. Just fucking lay there and play. So where the fuck is my drink? Sugarless cranberry and grape juice. Become my favorite thing. Numbers go down, man. They all go down. They all die. Ranks. Never had them. Never heard of it. You like numbers? Do you like numbers? Yeah. I don't think. What do you think? I'm trying to get rank 1? You fucking. What are you, high? there's delusions, and then there's dreams. I'm on a 10-hour week. They would have to put me in a nut home if I ever claimed that. I'll be lucky if I get top 25. Woo 91 is like 14,000 EHP, man. Anyone who thinks they could get rank 1 is delusional. Unless you're already like top 10. Then you have somewhat of a chance. Maybe. I'll never be rank 1 in anything. That's fine with me. I wasn't handed the right lifestyle to do that. I have to work, I have bills, rent. Can't live at my mom's my whole life, like most ranks. Or off of government assistance. There's a lot of fucking Kellenites that play UIM, man. A lot of them. Those guys are gonna be my biggest competition. What's not to get about it? You tell them you have problems, and then they give you money in other countries. You can get money for having attention deficit disorder. Like, oh, you don't want to work? Okay. In America, they don't give a fuck. Unless you can't walk, you're not getting no help. Speaking of walking, dude, I fucked up my foot over the summer. Like, when I step on the ball of my foot, it hurts, like it tingles. And it was from fucking pushing it up against the side of the chair that I was sitting in. Sitting with my leg forced up, my foot pushed up against the wood. Australia's not very lenient. They're not very handout oriented. Any of the fucking Finland, Norway, Sweden, a lot of people from the UK. I mean, in America, you can't get government assistance. Even if you have 5 different mental disorders, fight it with a lawyer and 2 doctors, you still get denied by a judge. So there's no help for me. That was 5 years ago. I went for disability, and nope. Even though my doctor said you can't work, you shouldn't be working, shouldn't be doing this, shouldn't be they don't give a fuck. You don't see how what's sustainable? Okay, so say they were to give me government assistance, it'd be $900 a month plus $400 for food. What the fuck am I gonna do with that? Where am I gonna go? Well, I mean, okay, I could pay the rents that I pay, but that would leave me with like $200 for myself for the month. That's just not, it's not possible. Yeah, where am I gonna get $10.95 though? If I'm getting $900. I mean, the stream, if I streamed full time at that point, actually I'd make enough. But just. I could live off of that in the summer. I could live off of $900 a month in the summer pretty easily. Not in the winter. Too many factors. I could easily stream full time, and if I had disability, but it's not an option, so I can't even think about it. I'd rather wait a few years than live out of my savings and play full time. I won't call it stream full time. We'll just call it play full time. But I don't have any plans on that for a few years. I had complete free time for like 3 years. The whole time you're just stressing out over bills. You're not even enjoying it because you're waking up each day just to stream. But yeah, that's somebody who actually deserves it. I mean, at the time, mentally, I wasn't in the right way mentally, but I got over it, and you get better. But like, somebody who actually has like fucking Crohn's disease, they deserve to be getting that money. And the fact that they still make people jump through hoops. At least they finally kicked in. I could go say, hey, my foot tingles when I walk on the ball of the front of it because I smushed it up against a wooden fucking chair for like 6 months over the summer. I didn't realize what I was doing. I was fucking with my foot. Now when I step and I put it on the open my toes up and put it on the ball of my foot on the front, fucking, it's like stabbing. That's what I get for sitting improperly for too many hours. From now forward, I just lay down, chill out, relax. I gotta be comfortable. Nah, I can't. I don't want to sit up like that. I want as little possible force on my spine as possible. Sitting like this, I'm up against pillows and it's comfortable, and I'm kind of just laying up against it. My legs are out all the way on the mattress. Optimal comfort. My lucky day. You're not a fucking lamp. I couldn't even set up the Lazy Boy if I wanted. I don't have a long enough Ethernet cable. Wouldn't stretch. I'd have to move this shit out of the way, put it over there, build a desk, get a desk. Fuck that. I know exactly how I'm gonna have my setup this winter and exactly how I'm gonna have it in the summer. And both of them are good options. The most comfortable. grocery shopping tomorrow. I'm out of fucking cranberry juice. Sugar-free cran grape. It's good for your penis. Or so I heard. Allegedly. Allegedly. I think Farva's already here. Got a message anyway. Fuck you, I'd never play that shit. Never. Play Brighter Shores. How much is your apartment, Overguard? Probably actually have a fucking room. I don't have shit, but I pay for shit, so $700 a month, $700 a month for a roof and internet. Well, internet's not. I have to pay separate for my ISP, separate for my phone. From the 1st of December to the 1st of January, it's going to be my busiest month of the year, work-wise. And then from January till summer, I'll be working a lot less, hopefully. Hopefully. I don't need the fucking money after what I'm making right now. I'm fine with working 30 hours a week and having a life. Well, playing more RuneScape. It's not really a life. This ain't normal. No one I know that's like successful and has a car and a girl and like a nice vehicle, like a house. None of them that I know play any video games. Not at all. So it's pretty black and white. And if they do play a video game, it's very casually, super casual. Like I had a buddy, not really a buddy, but a person I knew from high school and met them again as an adult, and they were like, yeah man, come and game one night, blah, blah. It's like, what are we gonna play? And he's like, we can play Smash Brothers, we can play this. I'm like, yeah, that stuff's fun and all for like 2 hours, and then what? this game gives you more longevity of goals. I can't play just games where you play a couple rounds or whatever. Like, I can't get into it anymore, and no one wants to play this. Even my like biggest gamer friend. 2 summers ago, I tried to get him to play, and he made an account, got like 55 woodcutting in one day, and was like all excited because he was gonna get 99 the next day. He was like, I'm gonna play for like 12 hours tomorrow. I could get 99. I'm already over halfway. I'm like, no, man. No. I'm like, you have to do what you just did for the rest of the time that you're here for the next 3 weeks. Like, every day to get 99 that way. And he never logged in again. He spent a day at Willow's, got 55, thought he was the fucking, thinking to himself, thinking about me is like, you make this sound like it's so hard or so long, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I'm already half up. I'm like, I should have lied to him. I should have told him, yeah, get 99 tomorrow, or 61, aka. Like, should have just let him fucking realize, but I was like, no, dude, you don't get it. I'm like, all that you just did, like, you just spent 8 hours straight at Willow's, you're gonna have to do that for like 12 hours tomorrow just to get to 60. And he was like, he never logged in again. Woke up the next day, I figured he was gonna try to play. Nah, he went on Steam on my laptop at the time. Getting someone into this game is like nearly impossible without ruining their lives, or like, you have to have a person that has complete fucking free time, basically. It doesn't have anything going on in their life if they're gonna actually get somewhere on here. It's like, okay, yeah, man, make a main, but by the way, you gotta play like 5 alts to pay for stuff if you want to be like time, efficient. Because you don't want somebody to tell them to play and you show them the complete wrong shit. So most people wouldn't even want to bother because, first of all, they never played before, and then they realize they have to play other accounts, get stuff on quests and stuff on another account. It's just very unappealing at that point. Like, if I recommended this game to someone, like, it's just not good. Thoughts on leagues? I don't have any. I have none. I don't even know what it is. All I know is it comes around every year or whatever it is, and then it has nothing to do with me. That's all I know. I don't watch it either because I don't have any interest in it. It's like a demi game mode or something. It's for like more short-term players, I would call them. They can't stick to like a rank grind goal, so they gotta go and play something that they can get fast levels or whatever, Just seems like too short-term for me. Seems like something Vizala would do. So that's probably why I couldn't log in the other morning. I bought like 12 hours worth of splashing runes. And I couldn't log in for 4 hours. So I ended up with like 5,000 chaos runes that I had to drop on the ground. So I was splashing a magic level while I was at work. I fucking couldn't log in because of the league's update. I was pissed. That's 80k magic XP, and that's a bunch of runes that I had to drop. Fuck. I'll be really honest, I never thought this game would become so updated and just random shit every week and just random. It's just so random. When I voted for this 15 years ago, or 11 years ago, over 12 years ago now, when I voted for this, I didn't vote for whatever the fuck you want to call this now. I voted for like a 2007 based game with a small team, limited updates, sort of low-key, 32,000 hour grind. And then here I am on a fucking demi game mode 10 years, 12 years later that has nothing to do with RuneScape. It's completely different philosophy. It's completely different gameplay. It's a whole different account. Yeah, the only old school thing is the fact that you still swing a whip and use the basic combat styles. Hopefully that stays that way. A lot of those guys are still around. The guys have been playing for years, but have just made nothing of themselves. Like, you don't ever hear anything about them, but they've been around for 10 years. They exist only in TeamSpeaks and Discords. They sit there with their random accounts and put down how bad the game is now. Go fucking do something else then, man. You don't like runes? Go play something else. You're not cut out for it. Adaptation is a curiosity for me. The curiosity of going places I don't know where are going to lead to. When I started this game, when I started old school, I didn't know anything about efficiency or leveling or grinding. Or I had 200 mil fire making and thieving on the other game, but that took years of random shit. But I was like 80 RC or some shit. Then I started playing this, and I was like, by like 2015, I was like, dude, I think I could max. I was like, I think I could max, man. And it just went off. I got fired from a job unfairly, and I got to collect at the time for 6 months. I got to collect unemployment, and I was like, I'm gonna max. So I fucking went and grinded out max in like 6 months from where I was at. Joined Hexus. Some random on 385 hour months. They were like, alright. I was the 127th person to max. And then when I maxed, I was top 100 overall right away. Take breaks, never quit. Well, some people quit. But they fucking sell their accounts, so it's like they force it. Then they end up making an alt. They end up making another account, playing it eventually, I feel like. I mean, I've been seeing that shit happen forever. Yo, I gotta piss. Oh, well, welcome back, man. Hello. I'm glad my internet isn't fucking me over like last night. Jesus Christ, you've been following since April 2018. You were asking about wyverns and gargoyles. How much do I spend on smokes a month? That was a different world. April 2018 was a different world. Damn. You missed the whole main game, and then you missed the whole hardcore era. April 2018. Where the fuck was I living? Where was I? I think I was at Jake's. I think that was the comp, the Yak Boys comp where Randy pushed the tickets. It was funny. I was like, I don't even know how to get tickets. I was so excited for that comp. I took off work. I lied to everybody so I could get on the team I wanted to get on, and then we won week 1 legitimately. And then week 2 we were gonna be facing an even worse team, and he's like, "Oh, we need to do tickets." I'm like, "Why?" Well, they got caught. Team disbanded. And thus ended the era of Randalicious being like the goat, and the go-to guy for skilling. That was a long era. He was like the guy in charge up until that. Everything he did was called a power move. You know, he was the guy. He was, you know, if you had his respect, if he liked you, you meant something. Sounds kind of fucking cringe to talk about it now, but at that time we were all 23 years old or younger, and it was just a different world, you know. Everybody was the same age then. Now it's all scattered. The camaraderie was different then. I think I was in Solace at the time. I left Solace that May. My stream, there was too much drama going on to be in a clan, so I left. Drama. Dharma. I was in Solace from 2015 to 2016, 2017 to 2018. I was in Hexus, I was in Omnia. I left every clan. The last clan I was in, I was given a trial run in Hexus in 2020, and somebody started talking shit about my favorite iced tea at the time. So I started messaging their husband, telling them they needed to keep their fucking wife in check. And Randy got upset with that and was like, "She says you can stay. You can give it another chance. You know, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "Nah, fuck this. Fuck that. You don't talk about fucking Arizona iced tea like that. Bitch. Nobody random." I would do it again. We were in the Hexus chat just talking, and someone was like, "What's everybody drinking tonight?" I said, "I got an Arizona tea," and she says, "Oh, processed sugar water. Sounds great." Then some other guy said he was drinking apple Jack Daniels, and she's like, "Now that sounds good." I said, "Fuck you." I said, "Fuck you, you bitch." And she's like, question mark, and I'm like, "You did." And I fucking messaged her husband, fucking spammed her husband with like 50 messages, like fucking, I was on a tirade, man, like, completely rational. When I think about it now, it's like, what the fuck, Dave? I don't care if somebody puts down anything in my life at where I'm at in my life now, years later, but like when I was younger, man, fuck. You want to put down that I like Arizona iced tea? I'm gonna message your husband and get myself put on a last warning in the clan. Who cares? When you're young, you forget that no one gives a fuck. And they're gonna try to get you going. She did it on purpose. She knew exactly what she was doing, and she got exactly what she wanted. I fed right into it. Now, I'd be running Solace because I was offered Gen by Finbar, and I turned it down in 2015 before all these gens and people now. But, me and Chubbs were offered. Chubbs got General over me because I turned it down at the time. Chubbs was an OG General in Solace. He only had his time because of me, because I let him have it. And then I was in Omnia when it started, when Karma and Omar and Pano and Jace and Oscar and Brundine and all those guys started it. And it was nice for a while, and then me and NYJ and Paul No Life started doing a podcast series, which, by the way, are the most viewed videos that clan ever produced. Well, by the third video, Karma, being very jealous and a very small man, was jealous that we were getting views and so he told me, and he told us that we could only make one video a month. And I said, I messaged him back, L, and then I left the clan. You're gonna fucking cap us just because you're jealous? You're gonna ruin the growth of this clan? You're gonna ruin the biggest thing that clan was ever doing? You're gonna ruin it fuck you. That guy's the type that sits in a room alone on TeamSpeak with one person talking about everybody, and then when everybody comes in, he doesn't say anything. That's the type of person. I miss Omar too. I miss Pano more. Do people still use TeamSpeak? No idea. I haven't used TeamSpeak non-ironically in like 8 years. It's the same circle jerk every TeamSpeak you go to. It's the same couple of guys chiming over each other, talking about their dick sizes. Like, it's just the same circle jerk everywhere. I resent group calls. I resent like any more than 3 people at the same time talking. It just, if I'm gonna talk, I want to talk to a person, get a response, get listened to. I don't want to just be another fucking shouting voice in a crowd, in a group. Just, it's a waste of my energy. A stream's a little different. It's there to motivate people. Go to a TeamSpeak, nobody wants. That's the thing with me. When I go on a TeamSpeak, I'd have 5 or 6 people just in there muted listening to me. Well, when you're a general in a clan, you already got a small ego, or you got a huge ego and a lack of confidence, and then there's some guy who's not a gen, and people are rocking up to talk to him on TeamSpeak. You're gonna get jealous. Every gen I ever fucking pissed off is because I was more popular than they were and it bothered them. Ray, Karma. Every person that got mad about me was just because I was more popular than they were. People wanted to talk to me, not them. And that bruised them, that bruised their egos, their fragile fucking... the fragile eggshell minds, as Jim Morrison would say. there's no drama nowadays because there's no point. 200 mil all's done. And everybody's opinion is that people are just gonna cheat for the new skill. So that's just a good cope because people don't have free time anymore. It's a really nice cope. In those days, everybody was in college. They were living with their parents. They were this, they were that. Now they're working. They're living actual lives. Like people who were like prominent, like AJ and Omar and these different guys who were like big players, just gone. Ardino, like all these guys that were like they were groomed to be the best. Yours got new rank 1 locked. If he played, like if he had time off work or whatever. But like Randalicious has 3 months off work. Farva's sitting in here right now frothing at the mouth while doing fucking 200 mils on 2 different game modes at the same time. Fast LT, Enjoys, Vice D. People that we don't even know of. Plus, viewers told me a few times that he's not even going for it. Most of the top page has told me they're not even going for it. Ted Wilson, Jace, Bailey, Vior, Dangly Sack. Pretty much everybody I've asked. Ely. Everybody I've asked, they don't want to play. Yeah, as of right now, this was really shocking for me, but this was hold on. Because when I asked him, I did not expect to get this answer. Look at this. Been a long journey. Depending on work, I have up to 75 calendar days off potentially next year. Been saving up and collecting days for about 2 years now. I'd aim to be at top 10 for it. Perfect world, I'd do 130 weeks for 8 to 10 weeks. If we have enough manpower at work, I can use all the time I have saved up. So that's 130s from Randall. That's a person that no one's even considering in the numbers, but they should. They don't know that conversation took place. Well, now they know. Work would be he's on the force. He's serving his country. He's serving his communities. They take vacations. They have guys. They can swap in, swap out. I mean, if he's been working nonstop for what would be 3 years, we're gonna assume that everybody's doing between 120 and 140 hours a week. The ones that are really. So I mean, yeah. I mean, if he could pull that off. I know he can because I've seen what Randy can do. I mean, if you don't remember some of the old days, then you just don't remember, but he could play. He could stay up for 50, 60 hours. He could play, like, he's not a joke. He's no joke. And in his mind, 130s are the shoot for. So now imagine what some neats out there thinking about. Rodney, how fast? Rodney, what do you want to try to put in? 130s, 40s? I mean, you're gonna have to. You'd have to. You'd have to be playing right up there with the best. I'll be putting in solid 20s. Solid 20-hour sessions, man. Per week. 20 hours a week. Fucking solid. Small or large? Those were definitely not the glory days. There was a haze of drugs and drama. I would never go back. That's like asking someone would they like to discard 6 years of knowledge they've gathered and go back to a dumber point in their mind and their life. I don't want to go back. I'm only going forward. How could someone maintain? If you really think about it, 130s are 18-hour days. You're still getting 6 hours of sleep or more. That's... Randy's an old man now. No way he's pulling 130s. He's a fucking police officer. Stays up three shifts in a row sometimes. 40, 50 hours. Like, what are you saying? He's at the best shape. He's in the best shape mentally and physically, probably out of most of us here. Cops should pick up different shifts. Especially when you're fresh out of the academy and making your mark. But I'm just saying what he said to me, man. I don't know how he's gonna play or how much he's gonna play. I'm just saying he told me 130s. Six years as a cop is like a year in respect terms. He's just now finally, in my mind, in the force. Finally, people are fucking. That's a world we don't even know. I don't want to know, but I'm sure it's not doled out easily. We don't even know how much XP per hour the skill is going to be. It could be 80k an hour. Yeah, 200's more likely. I would like it to be like 30k XP an hour, but no one would want to play it now. I would like it to be as slow as Bloods. I wish everything was slow. Low X, like I like the... Contrary to most people's beliefs, I enjoy the grindiest, longest, slowest skills. Agility, runecrafting, fucking fishing, mining, hunter. Well, hunter's not slow. I'm actually closing in on top 100 runecrafting now. I was top 50 in fishing, but it dropped down a bit. And the other cool updates are I'll hit 40 mil range soon from 0 time. I'll hit 20 mil woodcutting soon from 0 time. Right now I'm getting 90 fletching because I'm tired of dropping the logs. I need to start remembering that I need 16 million shafts, so I need to stop dropping my logs. So over the next week, less than, we're gonna get 90 fletching. Up until now, I've been dropping the logs. It's just a pain in the balls, especially when you're on the phone. But man, it adds up. Woodcutting goes fast. The zero time shit just fucking adds up. I have a couple zero time options. I have magic, ranged, star mining, redwoods. Magic, you might be asking. What are you talking about, you might be asking? Well, I'll be meleeing Slayer with Sinister Offering and Demonic Offering, so there's no magic to be gained through Slayer for me. So I have to zero time it, which is awesome. What other account am I going to play? I've played everything else. Been top page and everything else. I'm not playing like limited modes, like forcefully limited. Like you don't do defense, or you don't like. This is how far my hardcore made it. I think it's kind of sad that I'm still the same rank that I died at 7 months ago. With Chalene's gonna pass me. That's funny. It's so nice seeing Funk's name off of there. Fucking piece of shit. Yeah, we were making moves on that hardcore. We were like ranked 9 in Slayer. We were we had so much going for it. The account had so much going for it, and then we died, and that's it. That's all there is to say. If I would still be on it now, I'd be ranked 5. All that prep, all that being safe, all that shit, just to fall asleep at a Black Demon's task in the catacombs, and it's gone. I started getting really tired after work when I played, so I started just going and doing AFK stuff. Like, I would go do some cooking. Well, that one night I was watching a movie and I was like, I'm awake, man. I'm alright. I got this. Well, I fucking dozed off. Woke up to a bunch of messages and a bunch of this, but I'm like, ooh, who died? Oh, fuck. But I just kind of closed the laptop and laid back, just fucking laid over in bed, you know, like, did one of those. And that was it. It was over. 4 years. I have not had one nightmare RuneScape related dream since, thank God. Your whole day was spent asking why you don't have prims, and then your whole night was dreaming about not, you know, hopefully not dying. Oh, rank 14? Rank 5? Where's your prims? It wouldn't have mattered. Like, that game mode was truly one of self-acceptance, self-driven mentality, because there was not a single person in this world that was like, quote, impressed with that account, because I didn't have any gear. So every day was a constant, people come in, why don't you have this? you're not a real top pager because you don't have this, you're not that, you're not that. It was just like, I get it. I'm on my own. Since I've been on here, nobody asks me a fucking thing. Nobody says a fucking thing. I wouldn't either. You go and do it. The hardcore was a nice cope for people because they could look at an account that was better than they could ever get. And they can look at the boss log and be like, oh, well, he has no bosses. And that would comfort them. Gave them an immediate thing to say. And the best part about each one of them is they would say it and they'd already have left. They would type it in, enter, and then leave. Which is very cowardice behavior, very I don't miss being a hardcore, man, for many reasons. But I definitely would have got a lot further than I thought I would have. Bittersweet, bittersweet. I think by the time I get there, I'll be like the only player in the game with 3 accounts in the top 200. 3 accounts that were once top page. My main and my hardcore are still top 200. I'm sorry, my main and my regular Iron Man now are still top 200. Which, like, it kind of makes me smile because there's people that are losing sleep right now to get top 200 or top 150, whatever the hell they are. There's people losing sleep for it, and I don't even do it. I don't even play it anymore. But we're all at different points. And once you quit an account, it doesn't really count anymore. You could bring it up. You could be like, yeah, I was top page main once. Or like, yeah, I was top page hardcore once. But like, what you once were doesn't mean anything to what you're doing now. Which is kind of nice, because every time you play another account, you get a fresh slate. When I started old school, getting 99 agility was like an obstacle for me. So to have gone at where I went, to have gotten as high as I've gotten things, it was way more than you could have told me. I would have never told you, yeah, I'm gonna get... I mean, between my hardcore and my main, that was 5 bill XP. So if you would have told me that, I'd have been like, what are you talking about? What do you mean I'm gonna get 3.6 bill, quit, run it back to 1.6 bill, die, run it back to wherever the fuck this ends up? I've just been like, what are you talking about, man? Like, if we go back to April 2018, which you were just talking about when you met me, and you would have brought up Iron Man and this and that, and I'd be like, what the fuck are you smoking, dude? I would have legitimately asked you that, because I had this disdain for Iron Man. I hated Iron Man. It was just that was part of the reason I enjoyed the hardcore so much, is because I passed like every Iron Man that ever had a problem with or started shit with me, I passed their regular Ironman as a hardcore. And that was like, that felt good. Like, you know, you don't want to do anything for other people, but I will admit, when it came to the hardcore, there was a little bit of competition going on there. There was a little bit of personal, some of it was personal. I will admit that. I don't usually like to make things personal like it's a game, you know, but I had people doxing me, DDoSing me, it's fucking doing all kinds of crazy shit, making accounts, making hardcores and naming them after me, running fake Twitters, like it was just like, it was like, alright man, you got the time to do it, have fun. At one point, I'd get ragged. Any task I went to, there'd be like 4 or 5 people just there throwing chins at the stacks. It was just really cringe because they couldn't even let me play. They were so desperate to pass me that they couldn't even let me play without having their friends rag me. That was an all-time low for those types of people. For those people, man, that was like a very low point in their brains. They got their karma, though. They all did. Carefree didn't get karma. They just got discovered. He was one of the supposedly more prolific people in doxing me and whatever else they were doing. And then, it was found out that he was talking to a teenager. He was like 22, they were 15 or something, and he was getting pretty graphic in the messages, so I'd say that that's karma. He got absolutely just defaced from this game, and his little buddy Deer Sleeper too. I don't like Deer Sleeper for one reason. He never knew me, but he purposely started going at me just because it was the thing to do back then. I don't like people like that. And he was one of the people that was like advocating for him to stay in the clan. It was like, if you have fucking picture-proof evidence of somebody engaging conversations like that with a teenager, there should be no delegating on whether or not they stay in the clan or not. Like, the only acceptable conversation with a teenager is, hi, can I get a large fry and 2 bacon cheeseburgers and a large Pepsi or Coca-Cola? Okay, thank you. Like, that's about it. That's about, unless it's your family member, that's about the only conversation you should be having with somebody underage. Is when you go to buy something at the fucking fast food restaurant, or there's some weird fucking people on this game, though, dude. Like, they don't have any contact with females ever, so they you gotta watch out, man. There's people that prey on people right now. I think those people should be called out at their jobs and just arrested afterwards. Just have their lives destroyed. They should have their lives destroyed publicly and then put in jail. just don't get it. Something must have happened to them growing up to make them be like that, to try to, like, warp the minds of a child. Not saying that's an excuse for them, but there has to have been something that happened to those people. I don't even want to know. I was abused mentally, physically, attempted sexually as a child, but I don't go around trying to ruin other people's lives. I don't use it as an excuse to do anything stupid. If anything, it should teach you more. I believe in living a very quiet life. And thanks to Aura and me not having any footprint on the internet, there's nothing about me on the internet that has anything to do with my life. I use Aura and I use ExpressVPN. Aura just tells me anytime anything of mine could be possibly posted online or anything, which, like I said, when you didn't have a Facebook, when you didn't have anything online, there's no trace of you. The only information people have about me is old living addresses. And that was because when I was e-dating that Hannah chick 10 years ago, they messaged me and I messaged them because I wanted to see what got to see what a New Zealand license looked like, and they got to see what an American, didn't know they were going to stockpile my images and get mad that I was talking to another girl a few months later and then leak everything. Well, many years later, people once again saw those leaks, and I was renting at the same place again. I would often rent there. I would often go and rent from there because it was cheap, and I lived there off and on for years. Well, I happened to have been living there at that time, and I would get knocks on the door at 10 p.m. for fucking deliveries. I was like, oh my fuck, girl, thank God I'm moving in like a month. My lease was up in February of that year. Thank God. I felt bad for the delivery drivers. If you want, Domino's will dox a person for you. If you get a person's address and then you call Domino's, those motherfuckers will ask, do you want it sent to this? Do you want it sent to this? Do you want it sent to this? And they basically, because one of my addresses got leaked, they called the Domino's that was local to there and got all the other addresses that I had lived at over those few years. So it was like, Jesus Christ, I'm never fucking ordering Domino's out again. They were trying to scare me. They were threatening to call police. They were threatening to this, threatening to that. They were trying to scare me off the game. Trying to scare me away. Can't fucking phase me. They can kick in the door and come right in for me, and I'll just fucking sit there with my hands up. I'm being set up. People are fucking with me online. I'm sitting right here. I don't care. Guns blazing. My heart rate won't even go up. Got nothing to hide. Didn't do anything. I'm not fucking Ice Poseidon. I'm not walking around going to restaurants and shit. I stream games. I stream this. Not trying to be anything. Before I moved, I went in there and was the one guy that consistently got the late deliveries, so he would be there at like fucking sometimes almost midnight knocking, ringing the doorbell. And I gave him $100 and I was like, dude, I'm so sorry, like people were fucking with me online and like I feel bad that you had to drive out in the middle of the night a bunch of times. I was like, I'm moving, but I moved states at that point because I found cheap living. Well, I went and apologized because I felt bad for the guy. I had to ignore him a couple times just because I didn't yet move, but I had to, at the time, have to have the illusion that I moved because people would keep fucking sending shit. Well, I told him before I left, I said, thanks for not ringing the doorbell. I was like, thank you for not ringing the doorbell, man. Because you could hear that shit ding through the whole building. You could hear it right through my mic. So, what's funnier than sitting there watching somebody you don't like have to have their doorbell rung when you're ordering food to their house? Like, the types of people that did that were found out, one of them was found out to be a pedophile, so you could kind of tell the types of people that do that type of stuff. But nonetheless, it was a bother for the, you know, delivery people. It wasn't an inconvenience to me. It didn't scare me. It didn't put any fear in my heart. I just felt bad. I felt bad for the drivers. Sometimes they'd order like $70 worth of food and send it. It was like, I was like, Jesus Christ. I even told them, I was like, stop sending stuff to this address. Like at the time, I was like, they're like, we can't, they're ordering online, it goes right through. I'm like, well, you can't like block a fucking address? And they're like, no, da, da, da. I'm like, okay, keep fucking driving out in the middle of the night and being disappointed. I bet that guy was hoping that one night it would actually be me buying food, so he could probably rubbed his nuts all over it and fucking did whatever to it. But I never paid for the food ever. I always would just tell them, I'm sorry, dude, somebody's fucking with me. Gotta go. It was funny. It was funny. I'm sitting there live. I go downstairs, I go down to the people who are coming out of their apartments wondering what the fuck's going on. And I'm going outside to a guy with a bunch of food. Hey man, nah, I didn't order it, dude. But it says to this, nah, it wasn't me, man. Close the door, fucking go back upstairs and back to playing. Like, it was fucking hilarious, man. Really. But I couldn't let, the people that knew it was happening, but I couldn't let the people that didn't know. So I couldn't be like, guys, I just had to turn away the Chinese restaurant, or I just had to turn away the fucking Domino's guy, because it would have just fucking gave them exactly what they wanted, which was it to become a focal point. Not gonna rock me. It was a win for them though at that moment because they got lucky. What are the odds? Somewhere I lived 8 years prior, I started living there again, and I was about 6 months into being there. I wasn't there for years. Went back, and I had 3 weeks left on my lease when that started happening. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, thank God I didn't just get there. That would have been a free-for-all, dude. Like, if I wasn't leaving there when I was, like, it started happening in January of that year, and if I wasn't leaving that February, I wouldn't have been able to stream. Plain and simple. I would have. Every time I was live, they sent shit. Every time they said it'll stop if you stop streaming. Get the fuck out of here. They would have just kept wasting delivery people's time. Maybe eventually they wouldn't know, because what you do too, like when they made the threat about the cops, you call your local police department, you have them come out to you and you explain to them the situation, and they put you on a list that stuff like that could happen, and to not come guns blazing if called. If somebody calls and says you have guns and you're if you go and you talk to your local PD, they will put you on a list where if somebody fucking calls and tries to get you swatted or whatever, they know not to go in guns blazing. So, you know, once that threat was made, I had to contact the police, because I was going to be there for another 3 weeks. I didn't know what their plans were. I couldn't, things like, I can't wait to see your door get kicked in. Like, it's like, get the fuck out of here, dude. You fucking actual subhumans. Yeah, it was great. It was a fun time. Really appreciated it. I mean, it started because I made a mean comment. I told somebody to shut up. I said, you're just mad because your girlfriend's dick's bigger than yours is. And they didn't take it very well. And it went from there. The right people had the wrong amount of free time. I don't like when somebody. I'm a straight male. I have transgender friends. I have homosexual friends. I have friends that identify as lobsters. Well, I don't need somebody calling me lesser. I didn't need somebody calling me lesser of a man when they were with somebody that was, you know, had a larger penis than they did. You know, like I didn't need that. So I made that comment back just to, because I knew it would piss them off. I apologized to the girl that I said that about, though. That was all sewn up. It was like, they're sending a million things at me. What am I gonna say back that'll piss them off? To say something that'll fucking make them look bad. So that's what I said. If I could go back, I would have just said, "Thank you, big boy. You're the big man. You're catching, not pitching. You're the big man." That's the problem. People act feminine until it's time to argue, and then the masculinity comes out. Why is that? Why does the testosterone flare up all of a sudden when it comes to an argument? Where did the femininity go? Why all of a sudden are you arguing like that? The testosterone's flaring. The inner male comes back out when they get angry. People get angry. Their inner male comes out. It's the only way I can describe it. You know, there was a period of time where, like, it's still a thing. Being straight is, like, a bad thing in today's society. Like, if you're a straight white dude who's bald, you're, like, on the lowest spectrum of the totem pole. I like females. Sorry. I like born females. You know, that grown women that have the right, you know, the parts that I like. I'm just not into penis. I'm not against people that are, but just isn't my thing. So if people want to hate me, because of that, go ahead. That's fine. I've been thinking about looking for a gilf. Looking for somebody who I'm as old as their grandkids and can get their money. Some woman in her 70s. Girls do it all the time to guys. So I hear. Nah, dude, I've been with women in their 20s, and I've been with women in their 40s, 50s. When you were young, did you ever build like a makeshift cart with wheels on it or something with your buddy, like a go-kart or like something you ride on and it feels like it's gonna fall apart at any minute? That's what it was like sleeping with women in their 50s. Felt like it was gonna fall apart at any minute. I'll be right back. I want to make sure we get a nice long stream recording in here, and it looks like I might be lagging a bit. So, actually, if it lags, it's just going to fuck it all over anyway. It doesn't matter.